So about 4 years ago, I moved to Maplewood. I was pregnant with my oldest son, and it was just me. I was by myself. I had just moved out of a women's shelter for teenage girls. I really didn't have any support system. There was a guy who was walking outside, and he was like, "Do you need anything?" He was like, "We can help you. I work for the Salvation Army. We could pick you up from church. We could help you." It was just like, okay, let me see what it is about. And I ended up going for a Sunday. And I was like, "Captain, I did not know that this actually had a pulpit and a church and pews and everything." And she was like, "Yeah." When your kids get out of school, when they go to school at 8 o'clock and they get out at 2 p.m., there's not many jobs that are gonna allow you to work, those hours, and then, in a timely manner where you could get to your kid. Salvation Army, they created their own aftercare, and I was like, "I would love to use your aftercare, but I don't have a car." I was like, I'm walking my kids to school, and I can't really walk all the way. And after that, literally the next week, they had a school bus, and my son was getting off of that school bus to the Salvation Army so that I could go to that school. So it was just really, just remembering that, it was just a lot, because you don't really get that kind of help these days. And when you're smart and you look strong and, you're pretty cute, they're like, "You're fine, you can handle it." And you have to truly choose not to give up. Captain Jeanette's support it really means the world to me, her support and how much they've really helped me. She kind of saw me gasping for air, and, she threw me a lifeline. Being able to actually, I have childcare, so I can actually look for a job, and I can go to school and stuff. So you don't really realize how much you appreciate, the people that have been helping. I love her so much. Captain Jeanette's husband, he would every day in aftercare, he would, shoot hoops with my son. He would play soccer with my son, and they would play ping pong, all the things just to get him feeling really, really confident, in himself. And so they love the Salvation Army. They love going there. Especially love going when we go to the pantry, because all of the snacks. The faith aspect of the Salvation Army was also really, really supportive and very enveloping, especially of my own perspectives, She said the founder, the guy who started the Salvation Army, he realized that, people didn't really want to hear about God or about, getting their life together or anything if they were hungry or if they were homeless or if they needed something. And so he realized that he was going to feed you, bathe you, and then I'm going to teach you something about spirituality and about God. And it was always the little things that helped a lot, Me being able, even though my sons are in school all day, me being able to send them to Salvation Army Aftercare for just 2 hours was all the difference for me to be able to save to get my car. One thing I want them to realize about their mom is she's gonna get it done. Yeah. I guess I'll leave it there. She'll get it done.